guys, today we're talking about the best top 3 indoor dates. Now it's starting to get a little cold and chilly, so outdoor dates are not as ideal. And also this is normally in the beginning phases of dating, so you don't want to necessarily invite her over and give her a wrong message, and you also don't want to invite yourself to her place. So what are some good indoor dates you can still do to keep it interesting, keeping it fun, while also still getting to know each other and build rapport? So let's get through it. The first one are classes. That's probably number one, I will say. Classes, any sort of class are actually, I'm trying to think of any that are outdoors, and unless it's a workout class, but it's mostly indoors. So when I say class, what do I mean? There's a cooking class. There's a paint and wine class. There's a candle making class. There's cooking classes. There's classes for basically everything. And most of them are indoors because they need to be able to control their space and what you're creating. Oh, I just thought of another one, pottery class. That's something I've done in the past too. So there's so many classes and you can decide which classes you want to do just depending on your own interest, what you think would be fun and what's also available in your city. But every city has a class, no matter how unique or also very common. There's classes for everything. And it's really fun to have that shared experience where you're both learning something new, creating something together, and best of all, you get to take something home and remember this date no matter what. Even if you guys don't work out, you're still keeping whatever you've created. Unless it's a cooking class, obviously you ate your either your cuisine or your meal that you made, but hey, you walk away knowing how to make something new. All right, so that's number one. Number two are indoor malls. Now, in many cities, especially if it snows, they have indoor malls, so you can still be able to shop even during the winter seasons. Now, the reason why I say malls is because not only are there stores, but there's so many restaurants or places to just explore. And if you watched my video on the best date in general, I said best dates are when you can explore. And a mall allows you to do that. It allows you not to stay in one place. You take laps around the malls at times. You go into stores. You kind of discover what her taste is, what she likes. And maybe there are some stores that allow you to do an activity. There's a lot of stores that have VR experiences now, or arcades. There's like mini arcades in malls, and you can enjoy yourself in one of those. It just has so many options, and once again, the idea of exploration is really important to kind of keep things fun and interesting, and malls really help with that. And if you're thinking for whatever reason, because I've only heard this once, if you think malls are for people in high school, that's just not true. Everyone still loves to explore and shop, and if anything, it just makes it a funny experience if for some reason you only see families or kids. But at the end of the day, it's about how you enjoy the experience yourself, and it shouldn't matter who's around you, as long as the environment is appropriate. Like, you wouldn't find kids at a bar, but there are bars and malls as well. So that's number two. And last but not least, number three, well, it's on your individual interests. I know it's not a very specific thing or specific location, but what helps in figuring out a really great indoor date is getting to know her enough to see what your common interests are, and then you develop an indoor date from there. So if you love movies, you go to the movies. I know people think that movie dates are so dead now, but that's not true. I only don't suggest it for first dates because you don't talk. But as long as you have dinner or something before, or you walk around, then at least you're talking. But if you're both movie buffs, movies are perfect. Let's say you love musicals. I love musicals. And going to see a show or production is really great. If you love history and learning, finding a museum, right? There's just a lot of indoor options, but you do need to understand and get to know the other person to see what would interest them. I know another one is you could just do a simple bar or lounge. For example, I love speakeasies, bars that are hidden that you have to find. That's a great indoor date. Just kind of hopping to see where you can find that speakeasy or that bar or lounge. I already talked about how there are arcades at malls, but if you're both competitive people, there are adult arcades like Dave and Buster's, or here we have it's called Coin Op. So there's options. And I feel like people get really stuck on this because they don't know the other person. So it's important to have those conversations even over text about what she normally likes to do during the winter, or what does she enjoy doing when she wants to have a break at the end of the day. You really find out about these things and you develop a date from there, and you gotta get creative. But you can't get creative if you don't give yourself even the space to think about it, right? So that's the top 3 indoor dates for you. And I hope during this cold season, you can still get creative and find ways to still date. It's not like you have such limitations. And then obviously after you've dated a while, then you start doing dates at your homes, and that makes things a little easier, right? But thank you so much for watching, and enjoy indoor dates.